Welcome back to the channel, y'all. Chris, the Camping Texan here. Where in the world is the Geo Pro? This weekend we're set up at Palmetto State Park. This is campsite number 13. Well, good morning, y'all. I sure had a great time over at Inks Lake State Park. I want to say thank you to Corey, who is a subscriber. Appreciate the referral. And it's that easy, y'all. If you have a park that you would like to see, just drop it in comments. I promise I'll get around to it. I have right now a viewer request for Lake Mineral Wells. I have scheduled that park and I will be there in March. And then I'll also have a viewer request for Toledo Bend. So we'll get out there as soon as we can. So y'all keep them coming. Let me know what parks you'd like to see. I like that. That's cool, y'all. Inks Lake was beautiful. In the hill country, I can't wait to get back out there. They're gonna have a new headquarters real soon, so that's gonna be a cool park to check out again when they get all that finished. But y'all, we're here at Palmetto State Park. Palmetto is one of the older parks in our park system. It's a CCC park, Civilian Conservation Corps. The park construction started in 1934 and ended in 1936. With the CCC were here, there were three companies here. They built the Park Road 11. They built the water tower, the Refractory, as well as the low water pass at the San Marcos River. So y'all come along with me and we'll check out Palmetto State Park. Well, y'all, it'd be my pleasure to show you around the campsite. We're located in the Riverbend camping loop here at Palmetto State Park. Now, most of the campsites in this loop are pretty similar, just depending on where you want to be, but you know, on the inside or the outside. Some have a little more privacy than others, but this park reminds me a lot of Dangerfield State Park. The roads are pretty tight, and if I could recommend one thing, try to get in here before it gets dark, because it is pitch black when you're trying to back into these sites. But let me go ahead and show you around the campsite, y'all. So this is 13. 13 is nice and flat. It was very easy to get the GeoPro level asphalt driveway, very long. As you can see, there are Class A's in here. They have some fifth wheels in here as well, so you can get any size rig in these sites. As far as services go, you guys get 20, 30, 50 amp electric and water. Now, one thing I'll caution you with, these water taps are pretty low to the ground. In fact, some of the lowest that I've seen at any of the state parks that we've stayed at, but still no issues hooking them up. Everything works as it should. Now, it is so beautiful out here right now, y'all. The leaves are falling, and it's felt like snow falling the entire weekend we've been here. It's been so pretty watching the leaves fall. But one of the features about this campsite that I'm not crazy about, and if you've watched some of my other videos, you know, when they pour these pads, sometimes they over pour the asphalt, and so there's a very large lip right here as a drop off. We actually used that to our advantage this weekend, and we set the rug up out here so that we had a nice space to walk to and from the picnic table. But really, that's the only, I guess, drawback to this campsite. Now, there are a lot of trees within this campsite, but you're still not, you don't have that privacy feeling because you're really close to your neighbors. But you do get a nice view at the back of the campsite here. There's a lot of deer and squirrels in this park. We hear birds, but oddly enough, we don't see them. So you will be waking up to the sound of birds, which is very peaceful here. You don't get any kind of shade shelter over your picnic table, but everything is nice and serviceable. It's on a nice clean concrete pad, and then you guys get a lantern pole and a hook, and then you have an in-ground grill and fire ring here off to the side of the picnic table. And then I always say it's the little things that make the park, and this is no exception. You guys get a little miniature barrel grill right here in your campsite. How cool is that? So thumbs up to Palmetto State Park. really nice to have a standing small barrel grill in your campsite. Pretty cool. Now let's talk about services, y'all. Didn't even put up the cell booster this weekend. I was getting 2 bars of 5G on AT&T, and Susan said Verizon was good as well, so we didn't have any problems surfing the internet, making phone calls, text messages, all that. Got a little squirrel running this morning. So you guys aren't going to have any problems with cell phone and satellite. With all the trees located here within this campsite, we were only able to lock into one satellite. So we were getting some locals out of San Antonio, and then Susan said she was getting some other channels like Food Network and things like that. So maybe not the best site for satellite, but we may do. It's been cold here. High's been about 62 and the lows in the 50s. So there's really no insects or ants to report of on this trip. And if you guys need any supplies while you're here, I'm going to show you where you can get some firewood. So stick around for that. And then ice they have up by headquarters. And if you need to run into town, Gonzales is only about 10 minutes from here. So you guys can check out the Walmart and HEB they have there in Gonzales. You can get fuel. I believe I paid $2.45 a gallon there, as well as groceries or propane or whatever else that you need. It's just a quick drive down 183. So y'all located here in Riverbend in this camping loop and just down from your campsite by the park host and the restroom, you guys can get firewood, which it looks like they are out right now, but it's 50 cents a stick, and they have an Iron Ranger that you can pay. So that's really cool. And if you're staying over in the tent camping area here at Palmetto State Park, they have a similar setup over there as well. Now, I really think you guys are going to enjoy campsite 19 in the Riverbend camping area. Now, this site, it's a little bit wider. It's got some width to it, which is nice. It's got a slope to it. It slopes up toward the front, but it's more flat toward the back. I don't know that I would try to get anything too large in here. Probably 40 foot, but 20, 30, 50 amp electric and water, y'all. You've got several trees and brush in the back here. It's close to the refractory. It's also close to the restrooms, as well as the San Marcos River Trail. So what a really great campsite. Now, you guys don't get any kind of shade shelter over the picnic table. And the picnic table could use a little pressure washing, but you get a nice concrete base. You get a standing barrel grill, as well as a lantern hook and pole, and in-ground grill and fire ring. Overall, what a great campsite. Especially if you're looking for a little bit of privacy here at Palmetto State Park. Now, I will mention that this site is located across from the firewood, which is convenient, as well as the park host. Now, this is pretty cool right here. Located at the restrooms at the Riverbend camping area, as well as in the tent camping area, they have a free loaner book program. I've seen this at Caddo Lake State Park and a few other state parks. So if you're going to be here for a while and you'd like to come maybe check a book, maybe it's a rainy day, you want to stay in your camper or your tent, y'all get up here and see what they have to offer. Now, y'all, the dump station here in the Riverbend camping loop, it reminds me a lot of Atlanta State Park. It's very small. There's about 19 sites here, so you might want to time when you come through here, or else you could be waiting in a long line here to get out. But they have a single sewer connection and one non-potable water tap for you to do your black tank flush. Very simple dump station. There's no light out here. It's located right next to the restrooms. So y'all come and check it out. And then over off to the side, there is a excess vehicle parking area, which is pretty cool, as well as a trailhead for the San Marcos River. And then on your way out, they've got some dumpsters here if you need to get rid of your gloves after visiting the dump station, or any other trash that you have. If y'all want to do some tent camping at Palmetto State Park, I happen to believe that 37 is the best site here. It's the most private. It's at the end of the camping loop. You get a small driveway for your car, a perfect place to set up your tent back here in the corner. There's a water tap. Now these are water only sites, no electricity. You get some nice stonework, some boulders here, a CCC picnic table, a barrel grill, as well as an in-ground grill and fire ring. And then there's your lantern hook in the back. So if you want to do some tent camping out here, this has to be the best site here, y'all. And then of course, right by your campsite, if you continue walking around this circle, you have access to the San Marcos River. So if you're looking for a private place to camp, number 37 in the tent camping area, Palmetto State Park. So if you're out here with a group, let's say you're with the scouts and you want to make a reservation to stay in the group camping area, this is a really cool group camping area back here. In fact, you can see one of the CCC features right there, stone table and grill. So how cool is that? So y'all make sure if you're part of a group, come out here and check out this really cool area. Now, if you don't own an RV or a tent, you don't feel like messing with that equipment or buying the equipment, guys, they have a single cabin. And there's some folks staying over there, so I'm not going to bother them this morning. But the cabin, y'all, it's $65 if you want to stay on Friday or Saturday, and it's $55 during the week. So another camping option for you guys to check out here at Palmetto State Park. And then, of course, I wanted to mention, now there's a Boy Scout troop out here this weekend, so I'm not going to bother them either, but there is a nice little playground with some very large swing sets located here in the center of the day use area. So if you've got some small children that would like to check that out, then it'd be great. Well, I hope y'all are enjoying your tour at Palmetto State Park so far. Y'all go ahead and lace up your hiking boots and we'll check out the trails. Well, y'all, I'm a little early this morning. The ranger told me they don't open the office until 8:15, so we're going to check out the park headquarters trail. The ranger told me that this is just a nice nature hike, and he said it winds back over into the park. So let's go check this trail out. Well, y'all, right away, I see why you should not skip on checking out the park headquarters trail. Look at these oak trees. Look how huge they are, y'all. The branches just extend forever. So make sure when you come out to Palmetto, make sure you take the short hike up here by headquarters. Don't miss out on this trail. This is a cool trail, y'all. These trees alone are worth the hike. So y'all, we're gonna check out a couple of trails this morning. What's really cool is the Mossy Cup Spur Trail is right here by our campsite 13. So we're gonna take the Mossy Cup Spur, and when it veers off at the Canebrake Spur, we'll take that, and then it links back up with the San Marcos River Trail. We'll see the mud boils, follow this out to the road, and then come down here to the Palmetto Trail and see the CCC water tower. So y'all come on, we'll check it out. Well, that didn't take long, y'all. Here we are. We're at the junction of Mossy Cup Spur and Canebrake. So we're going to take the Canebrake Trail. And one of the things that I wanted to mention is how flat this trail is. So regardless of your abilities, it's fairly easy to walk. Just make sure you bring a comfortable pair of shoes. Okay, so we're done with the Canebrake Spur. That didn't take long at all. So we've linked up with the San Marcos River Trail. We're gonna take a right here. This goes all the way back to the road, and we're gonna see the mud boils on our way. So y'all join us. Y'all make sure that y'all stop and take time to look at all the really cool palmetto plants that they have out here on the San Marcos Trail. It really is pretty. It's very scenic. So continuing on the San Marcos Trail, y'all, checking out the palmetto plants is awesome, but something that you have to see out here on the trail is the site of the mud boils. Now, this depression in the ground is caused from water that's heated up underneath the surface, and then it boils up at the top. But unfortunately, the mud boils have been extinct since the 1970s, but still a pretty cool feature to come out and check out. Well, yeah, we're about to end our hike on the San Marcos River Trail, and one of the features you need to stop and check out before you end your hike is this old wagon wheel that is growing in the tree. Now that is cool, y'all. That is definitely a sign of days gone by. Well, y'all, the San Marcos River Trail was cool. The next trail we're going to check out is the Palmetto Interpretive Trail. So y'all come and join us for this one, and we will check out the CCC Water Tower. So the Palmetto Interpretive Trail offers a very scenic hike through these really cool dwarf palmetto plants. But make sure that while you're out here on the trail, y'all come and check out this informative panel. And you guys just won't believe, at one time, 10,000 years ago, this entire area, which would be the hill country in central Texas, was covered with these dwarf palmetto plants. But they only really thrive in the wet, moist areas of the state. So that's why right now Palmetto State Park has a lot of them, as well as many places within East Texas. So y'all, as we continue our hike here on the Palmetto Interpretive Trail, what a wonderful surprise to see the CCC Water Tower. Now, this tower is in much better condition than the water tower that I saw at Bonham State Park. So if you haven't seen that one, please hop on and check that video out. But this water tower does not run on electricity at all. It was installed in 1936 primarily to supply water to the nearby group picnic shelter area. But it also supplies water to the swamps here. So really cool, really neat feature to come and check out while you're here at Palmetto State Park. Y'all make sure you check out the other side of the water tower. It's just so peaceful and pretty out here, y'all. And to hear this water running off of the tower into the swamp, we are so grateful for these cool structures that the CCC built. So y'all, the park headquarters at Palmetto State Park it's one of the more unique headquarters facilities that I've visited. When you turn off the highway off of 183, you go through some woods, and then you come out into like a residential area. And then after you go through a stop sign, this is where you end up. It's very tight in here. They have some parallel parking for you, but for your camper, y'all just follow these arrows, pull up here, and if you come in late at night, they've got your check-in box here with some maps and pencils and things like that you need to fill out your reservations. But this is it, y'all. Pretty cool headquarters complex. They have a very small rainwater collection system, kind of like you see at other parks like Mother Neff or Mission Tejas. But they also they carry some merchandise in here. You guys can come in here and do some shopping. And then they have an ice machine over at the maintenance building, which is right across the driveway there. Well, y'all, we're standing on the grounds of the Refractory. This is a perfect example of fine CCC craftsmanship. You can see the concrete picnic tables. To me, this is always a crown jewel. I remember being out at Bonham State Park and walking through the woods there and seeing their concrete tables. These aren't going to last very much longer, y'all. In fact, you can see some of the benches are missing on these. Fort Parker, when I was there, unfortunately, several of their CCC picnic tables are in disrepair. So it's you got to get out here and see these before they're gone. These are a jewel, I promise you. But what a great little group picnic area they have. I love how they have these tables situated in a horseshoe shape, and they've got the little barrel grill there. You can stand and cook and serve, and so nice. A little trash can off to the side, and then of course Palmetto does a great job of putting these rocks and these boulders out here. It just adds to the landscape among all these trees with the Spanish moss. So beautiful. You guys have a water tap out here if you need to wash anything off. And then here's another CCC wonder. It's one of their grills. Look at that, y'all. How cool is that? I remember running across one of these when I was at Mission Tejas. Of course, it wasn't in this great of condition. This one has been preserved, but what a great job. If you look it up on the internet, you can see when they built this refractory, it had the original dwarf palm leaves on the roof, which just added to the landscape. And the architect, when he built this, he wanted you to have the illusion that this entire structure was coming up out of the ground. And so he built the rocks up at the base, and then it's almost like it's just part of the landscape. It's so cool. And here we have some more picnic tables. Just so neat walking around here. And I want to mention what a great green space this is to throw a frisbee or a ball. And I can see why so many family reunions are popular out here. But it looks like we have a gravestone. Donated by Mrs. C.E. Jetty and Colonel H.H. Newman in memory of Charles E. Jetty Jr. So how cool is that? All right, well, let's get a little closer up here, y'all. Look at how massive this fireplace is. Oh my gosh, what a great place for recreation. Now, the CCC just knew what they knew how to do things right. They knew how to build things, and they built them quickly, and just so pretty out here. Look at how beautiful. It just doesn't get any better, y'all. It doesn't get any better. I can't express how good it feels in here right now. There's a nice cool breeze coming through here. They have some ceiling fans up here, and this light fixture is awesome. But what a great place to have your party. In fact, yesterday there was a catering event out here. So, and then of course the dance floor, like you see at Fort Parker, Garner State Park, and you can just imagine all the young men and women out here back in the day, just having fun, dancing, and maybe listening to the music or looking at the river. How pretty. Now, as we continue our tour off to the side of the refractory, y'all, they have an entrance down here to the San Marcos River. So we'll go check out the low water crossing that the CCC built as well. But they also have additional picnic tables over here in another section of the day use area. It looks like the state park has added a few picnic tables to go with the CCC tables that were here. But this is just very scenic. What a great place for a picnic. Make sure you guys, you bring your picnic out here and enjoy some time with your families. And then of course there's plenty of parking out here too. So all in all, it's just a great park to come check out. So after y'all check out the Refractory, what an amazing piece of craftsmanship by the CCC. Y'all make sure that y'all get down here to the San Marcos River. The CCC also built a low water crossing down here so that you can enjoy standing here and watching the San Marcos River flow. It really is mesmerizing. Y'all check out how the water enters the bend over there and then goes past the low water crossing and then has a small drop off. It is so nice. Really got to get out to this park if you haven't visited. If y'all look over here to the side, you can still see some of the rocks that the CCC used to help build the base or foundation of this low water crossing. Y'all make sure you bring your fishing gear out here to Palmetto State Park. They have a great little fishing pier here. And then also you guys can do some swimming out here. But what another great day use area that they have here. They've got several picnic tables and some benches to sit and look at the wildlife. They also, they rent kayaks and paddle boards. So if you're out here and you want to give that a try, you can. Well, one feature you have to definitely check out is the artesian well and pond system that the CCC constructed while they were here. Now they used the mud boils that you'll see over here. They used the water that was coming up to help supply water to two separate holding tanks as well as Oxbow Lake. So this is really cool. And then of course, while you're here checking out the artesian well, make sure that you take advantage of one of the CCC picnic tables that are out here. Great place to have a picnic, do some fishing. We all had an amazing visit to Palmetto State Park. This park has so much character, and for that reason, you guys got to get out here and check it out. But it's time for me to hit the trail. Y'all, December 16th, I'm moving over to Tyler State Park, so y'all come and join me for that one. But hey, listen, if you enjoyed the content of this video, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Hit that notification bell so you'll be notified every Saturday at 6 p.m. when our videos post. To all my current subscribers, guys, you rock so much. I appreciate your support. And all my future subscribers, guys, what are you waiting for? I see a lot of cool parks like Palmetto State Park, so make sure that you get on board. Remember, if there's a park that you would like to see, drop a note in comments and I will go check it out. But remember, I'll see you at the campsite.